Hello, welcome to the new Flutter tutorial. Today I'll be showing how to manage data in Google's CloudFire real-time database. We will be creating, modifying, querying and deleting data from the database in this tutorial. Alright, so for that you need to have a account in Google Firebase. You can go to firebase.google.com and create an account. That's free, and create a project. I have already created a project. Now inside each project you can create different apps. I'm going to create a new Android app. For that it needs the apps ID. So let's take the Android ID first. The application ID is same for Android and iOS in Flutter. So I have opened the Android Studio. So on going to build out Gradle, you get the package name and give an app nickname, and the third one is optional. Register the app. You will get a Google Services JSON file. Download the file. We need to integrate this into our app. I can show you how to do that. Let's go to the folder, and inside each target you need to create a debug and release folders and copy the corresponding Google Services JSON. Here for simplicity I have copied the same file to both flowers. Now you need to follow these instructions. Go to build out Gradle and add these whatever those libraries Google say. Here we are going to use the CloudFireStore, so I am going to add only that. You can get these libraries from Google's own website. I can provide this link in the description. Here you can see you can have all those libraries for database, Firestore, Crashlytics, etc. So if you are exceeding the 64K limit, you need to add the multidex library and enable multidex to true, and go to the first activity or the application file and run multidex.install. In that, if you are encountering an error, this is just an optional step. So click next, and if you have properly configured the app, you should be seeing this message. Now we are going to the console. Alright, I have two apps now. I am just going to highlight the Android app. Alright, now let's go to the database, and here each database is a collection of documents, so you can set the rules there. I have already set the rules. Alright, so either you can manually create a collection here. I'm going to create a collection users, or you can programmatically do it. This is just for a demo. It can generate an auto ID for each document. And name, I'm giving it my name, Vipin. Save it. So that's how it's going to look. Now we don't need a hard-coded collection, right? We are going to do all those from the code. So delete all those documents, and let's jump into the code. So this is the library that we are going to use, the CloudFireStore. I can provide this link in the description, so you can go through the examples or to see how to import that. So copy that dependency and let's go to the pubspec.yaml file in the root of Flutter project and add our dependency, and Flutter should get the packages, or you can run Flutter packages get to get the package. Alright, now we have to now I am going to create a new file, user.dart. So that will be a new class user which takes a name, and I'm going to import the CloudFireStore import package, and this class will have a document reference. So that's the reference coming from the Firestore database for each record. So that is a constructor which takes the name, and we are going to write a function from map. We are going to write two functions actually, which actually maps the data coming from the database Firestore into our class and creates the object. All right. So user.from snapshot will take the document reference, sorry, document snapshot as parameter and return the map. All right. So snapshot.data and the reference. So each snapshot will have the reference and data. So let's create some UI. I'm going to add a plus button to the title bar. So that will be a new icon. It takes icon.add, and on press of the button, just leave it like that. Run the app. You should see the button. All right. Now I'm going to create a new Boolean variable, show text field, and set it false. And we are going to create a new text field. This text field, we are going to use it for both adding and updating. So we are going to use that Boolean variable to switch between the add and update functions. All right. So create a column and add a text form field, and we need to get the text from the form field. So we need a text editing controller. So create a new text editing controller and supply that controller to the text form field. All right. Now I'm going to set some decoration, input decoration, to label text as name and hint text as enter name. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to add some spacing just below the text form field, height of 10, and I'm going to add a button. I need a full length button, so I'm writing a function for that. So that will return a size box. So return sized box with a width of, we need the full width. So width will be double dot infinity. It will be same as matching parent in Android, if you know Android. And child, I am going to say in add for now. Let's see. So on press of the button, we should toggle the state. So show text field is equal to not show text field. And if it is true, we are going to show the text field, else we are showing an empty container. So once click it back, and it should go away, then come back. All right. Okay. Now we are going to get the users from the CloudFireStore. So let's write the functions, update and then delete. All right. So for get users, we need to import the Firestore package. So import that and go to get users and call firestore.instance. You don't need to create a new variable, you can just get the instance like that. And let's set the collection name as users. You know that it's a collection of it's a set of collection and set of documents. So snapshot should get the documents from the collection, and we have to show it in the UI, right? So create a function build body with a stream builder. So we need to have a query snapshot for Firestore, and the stream will be get users, and the builder will take the context and the snapshot. The snapshot will contain the data, that's the documents, and if snapshot is coming back with some error, we are going to show a text with the error snapshot.error. Else if it has some data, we are going to show the list of documents. Until then, we will be showing a circular progress bar. So let's go to has data and return a let's write a method build list that will take the context and the documents snapshot.data.documents. I'm going to print out the length of the documents. So initially it should come as 0. So that will be snapshot.data.documents.length. So let's write the function build list that should return the list view with the documents name, right? Okay. So that will be a list of document snapshot. Now it will return the list view with the children, and the children will be the snapshot.map, which will take each data and pass it to another method which will create the list item with the context and convert that to list because it is expecting a list of children. So write the method build list item. So this is the method that actually builds the list item. So that will take the context and the document snapshot data. Okay, so import the user. Now we need the user. So I'm going to declare a variable record equal to, you're going to use that method from user from snapshot. So from snapshot it's going to extract those variables into the record. Alright, so name will be record.name, like that. So supply the key, value key that will uniquely identify each list tile, each row. Now give some padding, and child will be a new container with decoration. I'm going to give a rounded corner to the row, to each row. So border will be gray, and the border radius will be circular with radius, let's say 5.0, and the child will be a list tile that will take title record.name, and the trailing we are going to set an icon for deleting each row. So icons will be delete, and on press of that icon we'll be writing that delete function, and on tab we are going to delete and update function. But let's see the UI first. Okay, now everything looks okay. Now call the build body inside our main UI. Before that, let's create some spacing and a title. So size box of 20 height and a text box. I'm going to give a title, let's say users, and just style it. I'm going to style it in, let's say, bold, font size of 20, and font weight dot W900. Okay, let's give some more spacing, 20. Now let's add our let's add a flexible widget, and inside that we are going to add our body. Alright, that takes the context. Okay, go to the body. Okay, should get the users. Now run the app. You see that we have 0 documents now. We have not created any documents. So let's create the documents. Now for that, I'm going to create another variable is editing. So while we are adding, editing will be false, and for user, current user, and if it is editing, we are going to update, else we are going to call another method add user. Now user is equal to user with name from the text field. Alright, I'm going to have a try catch method, print the error. Now inside the try catch, we are going to add the user to the CloudStore database. So call run transaction always, because in this way you can avoid the race condition If two users are doing the same at the same time, you can avoid that. That's why we use the run transaction, so that is safer. So always try to use this and call firestore instance.collection with our collection name dot document. That will generate an auto ID for the document, and call set data, and which it is expecting a JSON, so convert our object to JSON. So let's write a method to convert our object to JSON. So to JSON, and return an object with name, and alright, so that is okay now. Don't forget to call await on that. I'm going to copy that and paste it in a update, and call transaction dot update with the document reference. So update will take a user parameter, the current user, with the new name. So user dot reference will be the identifier, and data will be name with the new name. Alright, so that will update the document, corresponding document. Okay, now let's write the delete function at the await. Okay, so that will change to await transaction dot delete, and the delete will take the user, so that will be user dot reference. Alright, so if it is editing, we are going to call update with the current user and the new text or the text field. Okay, set state is editing is equal to false. Once it is updated, we are going to set the text also to empty. Alright, and on press of the button, we are going to update or add, so change the label as well and call add. So when it is adding, set the show text field to false, adding or updating. So okay, let's try that. I'm going to give my name Vipin, add. So now it is added in the database. Let's add another name, John. So it's added in the database. So let's tap on each row. So we didn't do anything. Let's do updating on each row, and on pressing delete, we'll call the delete record with the record and set update UI. We are going to write a new method with the current user, so let's rename that to user, so that will make sense. Alright, so write the method set update UI, that will take the user, and the controller text will be the user dot name, and call set state and show the text field, and set editing to true because we are editing now, and the current user set it to the incoming user. Alright, run the app, click on each row. Now I'm going to give the whole name Vipin Vijayan. So we see that it's updated in the database. Let's change it here, Vipin Vijayan Nair. Okay, update. Let's see if it is reflected in the UI. Yes, so it's updated in the UI. Alright, so it will automatically fetch. Let's see it in real time. So I am going to update the second name, John, to John Heron. Update. So the second document should be updated, right? It's updated. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to close the Android emulator, and let's do the same thing in iOS. So go to the iOS, close Android, go to the iOS folder and open the workspace. Okay, you should open the workspace, not the Xcode project. I'm going to create a new iOS app. Click iOS and open it in Xcode. Copy the bundle identifier. So it should be different for different targets. Give it a name. Register the app. It's the same like in Android. So run pod in it in the iOS folder. All right, go to iOS folder and run pod in it, because you will get that error because it's already done in Flutter. And copy this second command and go to the pod file which is already present in your iOS project and paste it inside each target. We have only one target here. Now run pod install, and it should now copy the services.plist that you downloaded to your project. Import the firebase. So instructions are already there in the console for Swift and Objective-C, and call fire app configure. Alright, now clean and run the app. Click next. I'm running the app now. Let's run. Okay, launching. So once it is launched, go to the console. So it's properly connected now. Now go to the console and go to the database. Okay, so those users are listed now. Let's try to edit it. I'm going to change it to Vipin Vijayan. Update. Alright, it's updated. Let's add a new user. Watson. Add. Okay, it's added. Okay. Now let's delete some. So that is going from the database now. So you can see it in real time. Okay. So now we are going to do one small thing. Alright, so let's go to the add user and give the document a name, a hardcoded name, and Harry. So let's run the app and add a new user. The Harry should come. Let's try to add another user, James. So when you click that, you see that Harry is updated to James. So if your document ID is not unique, it's going to update. All right, update, and yeah, it's going to update the fields. Okay, so keep in mind that one. So so this was the simplest example for using CloudFire Store. Okay, so please leave your comments below if you have any doubts, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. And thanks for watching. Bye.